This is an Evergreen Media Network studio production.
Broadcasting from the Evergreen Media Network studios in Vero Beach, Florida. It's Huntin with Heather.
Hey y'all, welcome to Huntin with Heather. I am your host, Heather Hawk. This is season 1, episode 10. 10, y'all. I don't know, I can't even wrap my brain around it. Anyways, it's been so much fun. And if you're new to this show, welcome. This show is dedicated to all those who love to hunt, love the outdoors, and those who want to learn more. Whether you're a seasoned hunter or a green hunter, this show is going to be packed full of information. We're going to talk deer, turkey, and everything in between. And of course, you can't forget about the stories that keep us coming back for more. Before I introduce my guest today, I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsors, All Star Plumbing, for all your residential and commercial plumbing services, and to a special sponsor, Mr. and Miss Gary Van Arman, my dear friends. So before I introduce my guest today, there's a couple of things I want to just give a shout out to. First, I want to give a shout out to my husband, John Hawk, because we're going to talk shenanigans today. And without him in the background, none of these shenanigans could be possible. I'm just going to say that. So, John, we love you, and thank you for allowing us to be crazy and let us do what we get to do, because we have so much fun, and thank you for that. 2, y'all, the stories are stories, and I have no idea what is going to be told or said today. So, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. So anyways, I'm going to introduce my guest, who is my best friend since junior high, y'all. So we have been through some stuff, and I am so blessed to be able to get to enjoy the woods with her. We get to hunt, and it's just so much fun. And so I really was so excited about having her on today. She was like, okay, here we go. All right, let's do this. And so without further, let's introduce Kelly Ayers. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I know you were a little like, oh, okay, but we're going to do this.
This is totally a best friend card playing right here. Okay.
But it's so much fun to have you on, because we have so much good times. We have had so many good times in the woods.
So many, yes.
Right, a lot.
Good times, bad times, and everything in between.
This is true.
For sure.
Some crying. On my part.
On your part.
Yeah, some crying.
I'm not a crier, but on your part, for sure.
For sure. But so first, let me just ask you, how did you get into hunting? And why do you like to be out in the woods? What is it that you love about it?
So I did some hunting, back in high school, mainly gator hunting, things like that. Love the outdoors just because it's kind of my reset. I get to go out there and kind of forget about everything, stressors in life. And so I started back, or real hunting, I guess you could say, in 2015.
Okay.
Was the first time I, had gone again. And that was up in Georgia. And I had gone with a vendor of mine. We went turkey hunting. Completely choked. Absolutely choked. So we laughed about it. Yeah. So he's like, it happens. You haven't been out here, So great trip, and there was, a couple other guys that had gone to. They got a couple. So that was exciting for them to see them, harvest and things. And then, with you hunting and us spending so much time together, and the way you became passionate about it is just kind of excited me about it, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And then, we would go out there and have fun. And, I'm not that person that's that harvested yet, but hopefully it'll come. It'll come.
Hey, listen, there's people, you haven't had, I have to say, in the past couple of years, you haven't had a chance, things happen, and you don't always get the chance to get out there like we want to, but it's coming.
Yes.
I feel like turkey season is going to be good for you.
So this year I'm going to try to focus on more doing things I love to do instead of things I have to do, because the past few years, of having to take care of family and, work a lot and things like that, I really haven't given myself time to do the things I enjoy. So I really do need to focus on that this year. And I'm very excited about getting back in the woods. And like I said, it's my reset, and I'm a better person when I have that reset.
Yes. I have to say I agree with that. And I'm sure your kids agree with that, and everybody else.
Everybody else.
And speaking of kids, so I know Livy, your daughter Liv, she loves being out there with us. Whether it's just having fun, at camp or whatever, she loves. And I think it's important to you, isn't it, to have her out there?
Of course, yeah. So she loves being out in the woods. She's got a couple friends that hunt, and
there's that picture. That was a fun night right there.
It was. That was a fun night. That was a birthday party night, and that's Candace and Liv and Heather. Candace, I work with. She's a friend of mine. She enjoyed camp just as much, and her parents, hunt and things. But anyways, Livy's got a couple friends that hunt, and she loves being out there, and they can get dirty and ride four-wheelers, and, she gets to appreciate nature too. So if you have kids, definitely take them. It's good for them just to get out.
Yeah, get them out in the woods, whether
absolutely
they harvest something or not.
Correct.
Just being out there.
Yes.
They're on their phones constantly. I mean, we're on our phones constantly, right?
Correct.
So it's like that, like you said, it's that reset.
It is, for sure.
No phones, just time out there, whether it's just you and nature and God or your friends or whatever it is.
Yep. Do a lot of praying out there usually.
That's right.
Yes. And try to think about, okay, I want to get involved in this, or I want to do that. And you kind of try to figure out a plan. Doesn't always go according to your plan, but you do have that time to sit out there and think about it for sure.
For sure. Reflect.
Yeah.
I do a lot of reflection.
A lot of it. Absolutely.
And just like, okay. And then, then like something shows up and it's awesome.
Well, and then your heart starts pumping. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm alive.
It's the best feeling. Even if you don't, something doesn't come out, you don't see it, or you miss.
Yeah, I've missed quite a few times. Absolutely. So.
Oh, me too. It happens. So I want to talk briefly. Let's talk about a story. Okay. I know multiple stories, but what's one of your most favorable memories that really sticks out to you about being out in the woods?
Wow. There's so many, honestly. There's memorable for different reasons, I guess.
Yeah.
Favorite? I think all of them are my favorite, honestly. So we've had a super funny one where you were at Kiko, and, we were going out. It was early morning, and it had been raining for years.
It seemed like it, right?
Yeah. And so we had a mishap the weekend prior, and we were setting up, and, kind of got a bum knee a little bit. So I did some slipping and sliding, and needless to say, I came out a little dirty. And Heather just thought it was the funniest thing ever. And, let's take pictures. She's a picture taker. So, so we're walking out, and it's mucky. It's bad.
I mean, I think it was like, I think it was like knee deep. When I say mucky, like knee deep.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not just your foot.
Like quicksand.
No, it's your legs.
And this is not sand.
No.
This is cow manure and hog crap.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we're like.
It was dirty. It was dirty for sure. Which we love dirty, so it was fine. But so Heather,
go ahead.
Not you, not on your part. So Heather's in front of me. We're walking out, and
walking in.
Walking in.
Trying to be quiet, right?
Yes.
Like uber quiet.
Yes.
We're not wanting to scare these animals off.
Yes. So she falls, and
with my bow
on her butt.
Ugh.
And she's got her bow, she's got her backpack, and she is just,
I couldn't
she's
get
not
up.
happy.
I couldn't get up.
She's not happy. I'm laughing. She wasn't so much laughing at this point, but I'm laughing. I'm trying not to make any noise or anything. And, you know, she hands me her stuff, and she's a little not happy. Let's just say that. And, so I'm laughing at her. We get situated. She finally gets up. It was a little bit of helping her. And next thing you know, karma comes right back around and I go down.
Who's in the mud now? Yup. Oh, Kelly, back in the mud.
Yeah, back in the mud.
So
Hey,
I'm trying not to laugh here.
I like being dirty, but this was a little excessive for sure.
Yeah.
So we're laughing, you know, we get situated. We finally are able to walk in completely. And I'm sitting in the blind and I am just soaked.
Yeah.
I'm just soaked. And I just had to text Heather, like, if I get an infection, I'm going to be highly upset about
She
this.
said, I think it was, if I get an infection in my crotch, I
was trying to be clean.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
For the first time in my life.
I know,
Hey,
for
I'm
the show,
trying
but you
to be
gotta
clean.
understand, like, I mean, we're wet, y'all. Like, it is nasty. It's wet. I'm actually up in a tree stand. My clothes were the dry fit clothes, so I'm pretty much dry by now. She's in a blind, not the same material. She's
No.
like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
But she didn't get an infection. Yay.
I didn't. Yay. I came out clean.
Yeah.
We're going to say clean.
I did get a hog that weekend. That was
You
awesome.
did? Yeah. So that was really great.
And
Yeah,
we
took it
found
to
a
the
better
shed.
way out, didn't we?
We did. So the normal way was really bad. The
Yeah.
other way was more wooded, but
Yeah.
it was not as mucky. Let's just say
Yes.
that. So.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We got more stories for you. So come back and we'll be right back.
When it comes to service, All Star Plumbing gets all 5 stars. In fact, here's a real 5-star review.
After having 2 leaks in our copper pipes, we decided to have our home repiped by All Star Plumbing. All Star did the repiping and also arranged for someone to cut, patch, and repaint the drywall. We are very pleased and highly recommend them.
For faucet installation, plumbing leak detection, and pipe repair, in addition to new construction, repiping, remodel, and all other plumbing services, call 772-794-9611. All Star Plumbing.
Sure, they were born in Jersey, but they were made in America. An attitude and a sound like no other. Jersey Boys is the international musical phenomenon that takes you behind the scenes and behind the music of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I'll go on living and keep on forgiving because... Who knew 4 guys from New Jersey would turn the world upside down with a unique sound that nobody had heard, but radio couldn't get enough of? Over 10 years on Broadway, winner of 4 Tony Awards with worldwide performances. It's the award-winning musical of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, featuring over 15 of their certified gold songs, and you know them all. Jersey Boys opens January 2nd at Vero's magnificent Riverside Theater, but you don't have to wait. Get your best tickets now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
Paris Family Chiropractic understands after a long day in the woods, tracking and hunting, your back might be crying out louder than a call to the wild. Paris Family Chiropractic specializes in back, neck, and shoulder pain relief, carpal tunnel, disc injury treatment, headaches and migraines, sciatica treatment, and so much more. Get back to your prime hunting form. Visit ParisFamilyChiro.com and schedule your appointment today. Paris Family Chiropractic, Vero Beach.
Welcome back to Huntin' with Heather. Today my guest, my best friend Kelly Ayers, and we've been sitting here talking about, some things in the woods, just some shenanigans in the woods, and how much we enjoy it and all the fun that we like to have. So we're going to continue on with some more stories. So stay with us here because you're probably going to laugh. So while we're on the Kiko kick, that's a management area that we like to hunt. It's called Kisso. We call it Kiko. So don't correct me on, if you hear this. But so Kelly, I asked Kelly, I'm like, what's another story you wanted to share? And of course, she wants to share my big buck story. Big buck, and as my one time I cried. But I'll let you start the story off.
Okay. So again, Kiko, kind of in the same area as we normally hunt. This one was back in the Myrtles.
Yep.
And we were in a blind. It was black powder, and it was your ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just there for support purposes only.
And to film.
And to film, correct. Yeah, because Jonathan's like, now make sure you videotape this. So we're sitting there, and it's, when there's no action, there's nothing going on. It's kind of, a little boring,
I think
we're not on our phones
complaining.
You were like, I can't believe we haven't seen anything.
And I'm always in the spot. I never see anything. I was like,
why did John put me here? We're whispering back and forth and stuff. And we weren't on our phones. And so we had the chairs that have, the little cup holders in it and everything. And the way we were angled, I guess I should start off with that, is, so we're sitting in the blind and we're kind of this way, and Heather's kind of looking this way and I'm looking this way. Well, she was just kind of like stretching her back. So she was kind of looking down for a minute, and I was looking, and I see this buck.
No. Hold on.
Oh,
your phone buzzed.
No. First of all, I'm not there yet.
Oh,
I'm not there yet.
I didn't know you saw the buck before the phone buzzed.
Yes, darling.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, sorry.
So I see this big buck coming in, and I'm like, my phone buzzes. Heather looks at me like I had just tore apart the world, and I was the most awful person ever. I was like, why is she looking at me like that?
Yeah.
So I mouth to her, buck.
I thought you said something else.
She thought that I said one of my other favorite words. And
because we both jumped.
Both jumped.
It startled us.
It did. And I said, no, buck. And the way she had her gun, she basically had to swing it, is what happened. And at first, he was maybe 10 yards, 15
I'm
yards.
going to go with a little further than that.
No, he wasn't, honey. He was literally right there.
I'd like to go with the story that he was a little further than that.
No, he was pretty much right there. So, and he's down, he's eating. And, she's like,
I can't even see him though.
She still can't see him because the way the brush was and the way she was facing. So by the time he got to where he could, if I would have, if it would have been my shot,
yeah,
it would have been it would have been picture perfect,
right,
honestly. But the way she was sitting, the coverage that she had, the angle, that her gun was at, she had to do, honestly, a pretty good swing with her gun to get him. So we were just kind of like, he's right there. It's not a picture perfect shot, but let's take it anyways.
Yeah.
And she did. And, if you've ever shot black powder, you
can't see anything for the next 15, 20 seconds because it's all powder.
Yep, correct.
Poof.
So
I thought for sure, though, I got him.
Oh, well, we both did.
Yeah.
We both did.
I was shaking like a leaf. I was shaking like, oh my gosh. The biggest buck I had seen.
Yeah.
The biggest buck I had seen in person in Florida.
Yes. He was a big bodied. He was a very nice, I'm going to say that wasn't an illusion, that he was the size that we think he was.
Okay, no, it's good because I'm like,
No,
he was pretty big.
He was a good size. So, you know, the smoke clears and we go looking for him. And he is not there. So then, should we get out? Should we go see if there's blood? You know, so we do.
Don't see anything.
Yeah.
I didn't even see like where he ran off.
No, we didn't see any like kick marks or anything like that. Correct. Yeah.
I didn't see any of that. But I know that sometimes there's not always a blood trail right away, but we looked, got back in.
We did.
John says to you, was that Heather?
Correct.
Yes, she missed. He said, tell her to reload. Now, y'all, at this point, the flood of emotions just overtook me.
You were devastated.
I was devastated. I'm not going to lie. I was crying. It was just a lot because that was my chance. This buck was so close. How did I miss him? The whole thing. I couldn't even reload my gun. You know, again, it's muzzlers. It's a little harder I couldn't pack it. I was just like, John said, what? Y'all stay. Yeah. Because he might come back.
There. Yep.
Well, we made an executive decision to leave and go sit at the truck.
At this point, you were so distraught. You're crying.
I mean, I don't
know what to say. I can't say anything, you know, because I know how you could feel at that point, you know. So I'm just kind of staying quiet, and you just kind of throw up your hands and you're like, okay, you know, I gotta go. And I said, okay, we're going to go. So we went back to the truck. We had some water in there, and God was just helping Heather out and turn that water into wine. So what she really needed at that point, we both did. So we literally sat on the tailgate and drank a bottle of wine straight out the bottle. And it was good for her because after she, you know, drank a little bit, she felt a little better. She was still devastated.
I was.
You were devastated actually for days after.
Man.
It took days.
I know.
For you to heal.
That was a sad day. And I thought, I've been out there multiple times and I kept thinking, revenge is mine. I'm going to get him. It has not happened. But man, what a story.
That was a good story.
Yeah.
It was.
It was a good story.
We've had a couple good stories at it, Kiko, for sure.
Definitely. That's like our go-to.
Remember the time I was walking in my blind, y'all dropped me off, and before you knew, I was back at the window saying, I'm not doing that.
That's right. Was that turkey season?
Yeah.
It was turkey season.
Yeah.
Y'all, where's the camera? Okay, y'all. Should we drop her off to go walk to her blind, and thank God we didn't take off because she was back at our window in like 2 seconds. And I'm like, what is it? She's like, nope. There's a big Brahma bull, huge old white Brahma bull standing right next to her blind, like right at the entrance. She's like,
now I'm thinking it's a ghost because it's a big white one.
And it was like foggy and everything.
It scared the tar out of me because you don't expect to see something like that because this was our second day. Yeah. We had already walked out there before. So yeah.
And good old John to the rescue. Good old
Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan, for putting up with us because you've had your hands full for sure. I don't know how you've done it because sometimes you just walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's always a good sport with us. And you got back to your blind. So it was good. I
did. And I missed that day. Yep. Arrow went right between two turkeys.
Yep.
So I guess my shot's getting better.
Yeah. Hey, that's small. Aim, so with a bow and a turkey. So, but well, it has been so much fun. My show's got to wrap up, and y'all, we could talk more stories. We've got more for y'all. Probably have her back on, of course. Kelly, thank you. Happy New Year's to everyone. Y'all be safe, be well, go do something great. I love y'all, and thanks.